welcome back to Careful Boys. We're very careful boys.
I'd like to be.
So carefully.
So today we're going to talk about the last time that we cried.
Oh shit.
Who's going to go first? It takes a real man, by the way.
I cry a lot, I think. But not to the point where I'm like, like bawling. But I do get teary-eyed over a lot of things.
Like what?
Like recently?
Don't say movie shit. Because I always cry in movies.
Oh, not a movie? Okay, alright, that's hard. That's hard. Damn.
Movies I cry all the time.
Dog videos?
Real shit. No, fuck you.
Real life, bro.
I think I always cry on an airplane.
Really?
But movies. That's why. But then before that.
You're sucked in for some reason.
Yeah, and then like the air and the lack of oxygen or whatever it is, it just fucking tears fall out, dude.
Yeah.
For stupid reasons.
That doesn't count, sorry.
I gotta say though, there's a very strong movie moment that did make me cry that I wouldn't mind sharing with you guys.
I cry in every movie.
I was on an airplane, right? And I remember I was sitting in front of, Ving was on the same flight on my crew, Ving and his wife, Gabby, right? And I'm sitting between two super big fat guys too, right? And then I turn around at one point in the movie, it was an international flight, I look back, and they're both bawling. I'm like, what the fuck, right? They're like, dude, you gotta watch this movie, Lion. Right?
Lion?
Oh, that movie's so good, bro. I cried in that shit too.
Moment to go like, dude, like they
No, they were just crying, and I turned around and I was like cracking up because anytime you see your homie cry, no matter what it is.
Oh, you knew them.
Do they wipe their tears? Are they ashamed? Like
No, they're not ashamed at all. They're just but they are wiping. They're just like, oh my god, and they're like, you gotta watch this movie, Lion. And I was like, dude, I'm not gonna fucking watch a sad movie by myself up here between these two huge dudes and just cry myself, right? So I'm like, fuck it, I'm not watching that movie. They're like, so good, I'm not watching that shit. So I put on another movie. The movie ends up being a movie called A Monster Calls.
A month? Who's in that?
I don't remember the kid's name, but it ends up being
Rosie Perez. Yeah.
It ends up being this kid in this movie where he something about like his one of his parents committed suicide or something like that. Ooh. Right? And so the way that he wanted to cope with it is he retreats into his imagination. So there's this like giant monster in it and stuff like that kind of like walks him.
I've heard about this movie.
It ends up being a super really sad thing. Next thing you know, I'm fucking bawling on this plane by myself between these two huge dudes. And they're like, yo, and I look around, I turn back to them, they're like, did you watch Lion? I'm like, no. It's another one.
I was watching Rumble in the Bronx.
The bottle part with the glasses will shattered.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the monster's like,
He was in so much pain. He
couldn't
do anything.
And in the monster movie, the monster's like, hello.
But I will say, I've noticed.
You son of a bitch.
I've noticed this about myself, and I think it's an Asian dude thing, an Asian dude and an Asian dad thing. Anytime that complex or trope shows up in movies,
which trope?
The father-son relationship, that fucking kills me every time. I cry every time.
Like in Tron and Guardians of the Galaxy 2, same thing.
If it's a father-son trope, knocks me out every time. Anything terrible and tragic can happen, I won't fucking cry. The second you go into some father-son shit, I don't know.
That's how my dad cried last week when he came to visit. So we were helping my dad get his house because he moved here, and having an Asian dad, you expect him to nothing is good enough, everything fucking sucks, what the fuck are we doing, get it over with, right? That's the usual that's the usual response I get for everything. Like, I'm like, try this dim sum, it's so fucking good. It goes, oh, this is Hong Kong with 10 times better. I'm like, fine, whatever. Yeah, it's always like that, right? So we take him to the community we got a house in. He walks in, he looks around, I see his eyes kind of like open up. And it's not like super nice or anything, but it's like clean. And I'm like, what do you think? And he goes, oh, it's beautiful in here. I'm like, oh shit, okay. So like the vibes already feel good.
Fucking positivity, huh?
So the vibes felt good. So I was like, oh, you want to walk to like to a house that has the frames up so you could kind of see like what the floor plan would look like? He's like, sure. So we're walking and we're just talking like dad and son, and it's way different than usual. And he was telling me how he watches all the vlogs because he gets to see Taika grow up and all that stuff. And then I told him, I'm like, it's one of my favorite moments because we're just sharing favorite Taika moments.
When you locked me in a closet, Dad.
Nah. So I told him, I was like, Dad, I was like, it's one of my favorite moments with Taika. He will randomly grab me and look at me and go, you're the best papa in the world.
And nothing else to compare it to.
And you'll say that?
Dad in you,
You'll say one other dad.
Name another dad. When I told my dad that, my dad just started tearing up.
Because he's all like, I sucked so hard.
Or maybe he's happy for me.
Your dad was a closet for many years.
Or maybe like, I think what made him tear is these are types of emotions he number one has never felt or been.
When he saw Taika do that to you.
No, when I told him the story. I think these are emotions he's never felt, always wanted, but also doesn't know how to articulate it.
Yeah.
So by him telling me, and obviously my dad tried his best, even if by locking me in the closet, he still tried his best, right? So I think by me sharing this story, it hit him too. Like he was also
Because he raised a good son who got that, obviously.
yeah. So he started crying, and I started tearing up, and I was like,
Maybe cry right
He's
now.
gonna lock a fucking kid in the closet and then he'll buy you a house, dude. Fuck. That's what my dad fucked up.
Any father-son trope, that shit hits so hard for Asian people. I mean, I'm not saying just Asian. I'm just saying like I know consistently.
Only Asians, okay?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, that was 2 Asian dudes.
Star-Lord and fucking, what's this guy's name?
The Luke Skywalker's dude, he was Asian as hell. Give me a break.
Hell Asian.
I remember there was a scene at the end of Blow, the drug dealing movie.
He's like, I cried so hard during.
I did, bro. It caught me off fucking guard, and it was a father-daughter situation. But the same, I think you're pulling on a heartstring here because it was the same situation where he fucked up his life, and then he was gonna do one last move, exit, leave with the family, all this stuff, right? And his daughter never came to visit him, and he started going crazy, and he kept thinking, oh, she's gonna come, and she never did.
Right. Yeah, that was rough.
Spoiler alert, guys. Spoiler alert.
I know, but they'll forget it. So
Okay, that still doesn't count though. You still have to tell a story where you cried.
Non-cinema related.
the last time I actually cried, like lost control, like painful cry, was when my dog died. So then, yeah, got murdered by fucking coyotes and shit. You know, that was like a long, like uncontrollable weeks of crying. Like I didn't even cry like that when my grandma died, and she basically was more of a mother than my mom was. Yeah. Because I spent more hours with her, right? So like my grandma passed, I was like, oh shit, damn. Well, we were all waiting for that, weren't we? You know? But then the dog stuff was like, it felt like I lost a child, man.
I know that uncontrollable cry because that was the last time I did too when my dog died.
It's crazy,
It's
right?
uncontrollable.
It's weird.
You didn't know you
Yeah.
had that type of emotion in you.
No,
You know what I mean?
I was like, when is this gonna fucking end, bro? And
I feel like I want to cry right now, yo.
was your dog also surprised passing away?
Yeah, liver failure. She was 5 years old. It was a little chihuahua that I like traded Dodger tickets for in the back of the truck. So I named her Dee Dee for Dodger Dog.
That's fucking sick.
And then I was in China, for like 3 weeks. And then my sister was trying to reach me, but she couldn't reach me because the internet was bad. So she reached Mike's song, right? And then Mike was like, "Yo, your sister's trying to reach out to me, and she never does." So
Damn.
And I was like, "Oh fuck, something happened." And
my shit was the overseas shit too. I was in Japan.
Worse.
and
You
then
feel
got
so
away.
out of control, and
you
you're
can't
not
do
there.
shit.
You're not there when it happens.
Way harder if you're not there.
Yeah. And I never knew that I would react in such a way for an animal, but I think also that's the only thing I actually loved and put a lot of emotions into. Like even, you know, in my personal relationship at the time with my significant other or whatever, I wasn't even fully 100% vulnerable. Yeah. So then like an animal, they give you unconditional love because they have to. You know what I mean? Like, well, it's not even human love, but then, you know, you project a lot of that human emotion into an animal, right? And then it's safe because, you know, they can't cheat on you, they can't fuck you over, they can't do a lot of stuff. So then you give all of that to one being, that shit fucks you up.
Spoken like a guy who needs therapy.
I won't even cry if my own mama dies, but if my pet rat goes, fucking shit, pet rat,
He's like, that's unconditional love.
my pet rat.
Yeah, no, wow. No, that's great. I've heard that about you too. I've heard that you're never quite the same since your dog died. I've heard that.
No, like it was a weird. You know what though? It's like I think it's bittersweet because once you don't have that anymore, you're forced to open up and maybe replace it by loving people around you.
Yeah, you have to trust people now.
Yeah. So it came from like isolation, dog teaching me how to be human, and then dog going away, but then now set me up to start loving humans again. So it's a weird
That's like the
movie.
most beautiful thing I've ever heard you say.
This is my eyes are getting heavy right now. Dude.
Today's video is brought to you by Curology.
I love Curology, man. They sent us that chapstick pack, and I've been using it all over. I leave one in the truck, and I leave one on my counter, because it is drier out here in Vegas.
And it smells good.
It smells really good, and what's fucking cute is Tyka's been using it too, because he gets little dry lips, and he likes the stick. You know, it actually like pushes out.
Yeah.
So it's unlike any other chapstick I've ever seen, where you have the cap and you twist it off, and sometimes you twist the whole thing off. This thing, it's like a switchblade. You press it, and it comes out, and you can take it out one-hand operation, and I'll go like this. Like when I went snowboarding with Tyka, his lips got all dry, put on his little mouth, and he got all nice and moisturized.
Now, at any moment, did you feel like using skincare products or lip balm products or any of that stuff made you feminine?
Never.
And
When I was a kid, yeah.
When you were a kid?
Yeah, when I was a kid, when I was younger, I was like, oh man, this is like girl stuff.
But now you know, like, women don't want dry men.
They don't want nasty dudes.
They don't want nasty, crusty, especially here in Las Vegas, super duper dry.
Yeah.
That's not something that's cool. And so if you guys are kind of afraid of getting in touch with your moisturized side, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I've been moisturizing myself. Shout outs to Curology for sending me a bunch of kits every single year. You know, I've been using this product for about 2 years now. You know, I've been getting compliments like, what do you use? And I'm like proud to say, yeah, Curology, baby, nothing else but just moisturize. And it's pretty cool because I get my own personal formula from a licensed dermatology provider. And the process is super easy. You go online. You fill out a quick little survey. You tell them your goals. You know, I want to get rid of this acne. I want to like make sure that these wrinkles don't show. You know, I want to do all this stuff. I feel so greasy. I feel I gotta moisturize. I don't know what to do. You know, and especially someone like me, like I never really did skincare stuff before Curology hit me up. You know, I would go to like the pharmacy and look at all the different lotions and products, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I have no idea where to start. So I'm just gonna wash my face with a bar of soap and then like call it a day.
Or you Google skincare, and the first image that pops up is a girl taking a bath with milk. I'm like, I ain't got time for that kind of shit.
Yeah, that's not for me.
No.
And it's just, there's too many options and I just give up. But Curology makes it super simple. You get your own personalized kit, you know. They get your formula just for you, your goals. They have a moisturizer in there and a face wash. And it's super duper simple and easy to do.
So get started with Curology like we did. Go to Curology.com/offtherecord, and you want to go there. You know why? Because you have a free 30-day trial. That's an entire month. You get to try their products for free. All you gotta do is pay $5 for the shipping and handling. That's Curology.com/offtherecord. You can cancel at any time, and the prescription is subject to consultation.
That's last time I cried too.
4 years ago, man.
Dogs.
Like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Was where we put my dog to sleep. And then I was there, and then I think I had my dog since my dog died when he was 16. And then, but then he just got to that point where he just couldn't do anything anymore.
By that time, it's like Herbert's dog.
Yeah.
Fucking just crawling, can't even walk anymore.
It was, and then it was just hard because my dog was always really like jumpy, so you could never hug him. But then when we put him to sleep, I had to hug him to like hold him, and that was the first time I could ever hug him without him jumping out. And it was just
Because he was too tired.
yeah, he was just done.
Damn.
Hold on.
That's some deep shit, man.
Fuck, dude. I thought this is JK news.
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
Fucking just cry news, man.
Fucking cry with a K right now, dog.
We're modern men, all right? We're careful boys and modern men.
Hey, it's okay to cry.
To offset that,
It's okay to cry, guys.
Yo, this borderline doesn't count, but I cried way the fuck harder for this. This is in 2001, and I cried at the ending of Final Fantasy X.
Why?
Yeah, that's so Ryan, dude.
But I cried like the hardest I've ever cried in my life.
Was that the end of the game? Like it was never
It
coming
was
back?
the ending of like the story, and the way that it ends was so freaking sad that like I was playing all night, right? And then I had to go to fucking community college that morning. I get there and I go to my fucking speech class and I'm failing. And the teacher is just like, what happened to Ryan? Like, he looks so sad. And she was asking my friends. I wasn't talking to anyone. I'm like fucking 18. And she's just like, she asked my friend, like, is he okay? Like, and my friend's like,
Like, obviously 9/11's affecting him a lot.
he tells her, he goes like, I think he broke up with his girl or something, and she comes up and she's like, hey, if you don't want to do work today, it's like fine.
That's nice.
And she gave me a D and I passed. Basically.
Yeah. What if it was like, it's worse than a breakup with my girlfriend? Final Fantasy.
Say that shit, but that's really all it was. But my eyes were fucking jacked.
Hey, context, so you guys gotta understand, Ryan is the biggest Final Fantasy fan I've ever met in my entire life.
But that's like lifelong shit though, isn't it?
And he,
that whole
he
series?
recreated Final Fantasy in digitized pixelated form with all of his friends. Even Kinjas were in it too. He like remade the game. Like he's fucking diehard. He knows how to play every song from it. Like it's intense.
It's to an unhealthy degree, but basically.
But that was the saddest thing that happened to you in 2001. A significant year for, I think, a lot of people.
Space Odyssey. That was a tough movie too.
Yeah, Space Odyssey.
Thank you.
But that's the place my mind goes because for some reason, every time I date someone new and that girl asks like, when's the last time you cried? I've never seen you cry. And my mind always goes to that and I never want to share it because it's so fucking lame.
But it's real though. It's real.
Oh, I remember another time I cried. I had a one night stand and it was fucking like it was good.
Little banger.
Damn, sounds like a lie. Oh damn, man, it was fucking good.
No, like I wasn't that's
You overperformed.
Yeah. You were crying how hard you smashed that puss.
I wasn't even I didn't even try.
Oh shit, I lasted 3 minutes today.
I got the fucking noise today.
Yeah. He broke the 4-minute mile. Like that was the equivalent.
I did a perfect performance.
It was given to me. It was like I liked it so much, right? It was so good. I was single, right? But then I had a crush on somebody, so I felt like I cheated on my crush. Wow. And I was like, why must I be so fucking honorable and shit?
Oh, interesting.
You're loyal, dude.
That's tight.
But the pussy was so good. And then she had surprise breasts. Like, it was surprise. You know when someone's like, they don't look big, and then when they take off their clothes, it flops, and you're like, wow! Wow! And then you have sex, because during that time, you can't think of nothing else but that, and you're legally allowed to because you're single. But legally? Your inner heart belongs to someone else.
Thanks to legislation, yeah.
Under God.
This person I never even met before.
I'm hearing these guys' stories. I'm like, oh man, I'm hearing a story like.
Did you think about the girl you had a crush on during sex with this other girl?
Oh, you put your crush's
No.
face on her face?
No.
Oh.
I came. And then...
And saw and conquered.
I came, right? And then, and then
I was
the next
worried
day-
you didn't come.
No, she left the hotel, right? The next day she left the hotel. And then like I was FaceTiming the girl I had a crush on, right? Took a shower, went while talking to her. And then as I was showering, she masturbated. And then a part of me just felt like, oh, you son of a bitch, dude.
Wait.
You son of a bitch.
When did she masturbate? Wait, say that again?
We were FaceTiming and we phone fucked, okay? And I felt so dirty because the day before I had a girl in my hotel room, and then the next day I'm FaceTiming with the girl that I'm loyal to in just like it's like
Just
when-
I get it.
Yeah.
in my heart. It's
Just the masturbation parts threw me off. I missed it. My bad. That's my bad.
Beautiful.
And then like it was killing me inside because of the guilt. So I'm talking on the phone, and then as I'm talking to her on my phone, I start crying, and I'm just crying, and I'm just so guilty. And
He's
I
in
can't
the
tell her
shower
the
jacking off, she's jacking off, he starts crying.
truth. After I come.
You told her?
No, that's why it was killing me inside.
But she knows now.
Did you tell her why you were crying?
No, it was something I bullshitted. It was something else, right? I know I bullshitted about something else. I think that was the part that really hurt me, because like I wanted to tell her. I wanted, because like I mean, at the end of the day, like I'm single, right? But then like I didn't know that I was that interested in someone I was talking to online. So
There's like 6 or 7 girls around the world that have phone sex with him while he was in the shower right now that are questioning shit.
Like fuck.
Like, I thought our phone sex was special. I guess not that special.
right?
They're like, he did cry at the end of mine, but
That was a different story.
It's like, was I the one with the surprise titties?
They're all checking.
Do they come out? Are they coming out the right way?
Nick,
No.
When we were cry boy, real cry
The
boy.
last time I hard cried, like bawling, was 2019. I went to Singapore with my family and my girl, and it was the first time we were engaged. First time I seen my family in Singapore since I was like 7 or 8.
Oh wow.
And I was 27. So I'm seeing all my family I haven't seen in so long. And I'm just spending all the time with everybody, and for some reason we're flying home, and there was a lot of, it was just seeing a lot of family, and there's a little drama here and there, family drama and shit. But for some reason, on the way home, I just felt like I just needed to cry. Like I just felt so overwhelmed with like.
In a train?
No, we're flying home.
Oh, in the airplane.
In the airplane.
See, there's something about the fucking airplane that make people cry, dude.
And I just felt like very fortunate for some reason, but I also felt really sad with some shit that happened on the trip, whatever. But I just felt really overwhelmed with emotions to the point where I just started bawling, and I just couldn't help it. And I was just like crying. I'm like crying into my girl's arms, bro. Like, and I'm like sobbing. I'm like loud crying on a
Does she
fucking
understand why you're crying?
She knew. She knew.
Why? Oh.
And I'm fucking like this.
Wait, she knew, but you didn't know?
Kind of. Well, in a way where it was just an emotional. Like it was just I don't know what. There was stuff that happened where we kind of had some issues, like talking to like.
Did you suppress like emotions?
Yeah, for sure. There was a lot of stressful situations, but also it felt very complicated because a lot of issues with like my immediate family, but felt so much love and like rekindling relationships with family I haven't seen in years, like my whole life. And so that was like really conflicting, and I felt really happy that I went, but I also felt really sad because a lot of shit happened from that trip. And I just remember I was like crying for like 15 minutes, bro. Like to the point where I was like exhausted, like, you know?
Wow.
And it just felt really fucking weird, but it was that was the only time in my life where I really felt like just completely overwhelmed. Like I felt like an adrenaline dump. Like I just was like so tired afterwards.
That's that dog death cry.
Yeah. And honestly, I could equate that to like when my golden retriever died when I was like 12, 13 years old, and I'm sobbing over like my fucking dead dog, you know? But besides that, like, I haven't really hard cried in a really long time, like that.
You had to put your dog to sleep, or something happened?
No, we found our dog dead.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, dude. And
That's why I don't want no dogs, man. I gotta pick up dog shit and cry. This was sad, man. Fuck. Why did you guys want to talk about crying and shit?
I don't know. Well, we're trying to make it.
Everyone crying? Talk about Steve, you didn't fucking talk about no.
Yeah. So mine was recent. Mine was pretty recent, right? So, I for years tried to get my family to cryptocurrency stuff.
Of course, it's crypto related.
And and I'll be just completely 100%, right? So, my family made fun instead, and like really, I thought it was mean. Yeah, I thought it was a little vicious. In fact, it was
Like they went in, like
yeah, might as well set my money on
that's
fire.
where you get the roasting from.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Might as well set my money on fire, all that kind of stuff, right? And so, and for me, and also there was one particular Christmas too where I was telling my little brother my little brother Kenny, who ended up going with me on this entire crypto journey, and he's done very, very well. And I remember telling him, I was like, hey dude, crypto's not over. Like I know like everyone thinks it's over and stuff, but it's not over. And if you buy like now, if you really take it seriously right now, you're gonna change your life. And he, and I was saying this to everybody there, but they were all treating me like I was a leper, like my own family, which sucks, because you love them and you're there to see them, and they wouldn't even address me, like look at me, anything. It was weird. But my brother,
Wait, they actually thought you were some like
cultist.
Yeah, like you joined a cult or something.
Can I ask you a question about that? Like when you're talking to your family about that shit and they're reacting a certain way, does that ever make you kind of like second guess or doubt at all?
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. I was like, I know what I'm doing. Promise you, if you listen to me, but they wouldn't even just do that.
Or even respect what my passion is.
That's it. So then, fast forward to now, or even just like when I started Crypto Corner, there are people who you could argue are strangers, right? Who I don't know in real life, but they give me more love than my own family does because, getting into Crypto Corner, they changed their lives, and they let me know how they changed their lives, and like, hi, I'm 25 years old, or I'm 24 years old. I just bought a house because I know Steve Greene, and I I trusted him. And I'm like,
You conned so many people.
but and then like there's several people who are millionaires right now, and they're like, dude, I wouldn't have been here if I didn't listen to you, right? And stuff like that just makes it's the opposite of feeling like I'm the king of the world. It's a very humbling thing because you're like, man, it's crazy to think that you've had an effect on people, but really I'm just so proud of you that you took that, because I've seen so many people that I've given the info to get affected by so many other people that they meet who tell them, no, that's all a scam, don't worry. Or they listen to their dad who's like, oh no, I just read it on CNBC, it's a scam, so don't worry, it's a scam. Yeah. Got you, right? Yeah. And so those people fall by the wayside, but then, I'm getting love from people that I don't really quote know, but then I feel like I know them and I'm getting more love from them than I do the people in my own circle. Yeah. And so, I was on a particular day where a couple people hit the million, and they told me, and they were very nice and sent me a bunch of nice things about it. I broke down on me and Nikki's podcast at the end of it because we were talking about how the year went and stuff. And I just finally let it all go because I've been piling up for so long and stuff. And it was really good for me. It was really good for me because I'm a person who allows those little moments to build, and I use them to propel me, and it really has been great for me. I'm actually very grateful. I'm grateful that I got bullied as a kid too, because it made me who I am today, like the same way.
Yeah, you're a revenge porn kind of guy.
I am, yeah. I like to beat people who think I'm wrong about something, and you have to wake up every day and do the work though. But I need that little bit of a thing. It's a little slight that you gave me that.
Yeah. You got a little David Soul in you, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, we're buds. He's done really well. But that's what I mean. Like yeah, so I lost it over that, and it was great. It was good for me.
But that's fucking crazy, though.
Family? That's deep.
Yeah. Because you let them in. You're vulnerable to them.
Yeah. Dude, that's why, dog. Just love a dog. Fuck your family.
Anyway, thanks, guys. This is good talk. Thank you.